Freya's Palad while they're busy attending to Tyler. I slowly retreated in the back of the scuffle to collect myself. I smiled and nodded to guests who came my way to ask if I'm doing okay despite the sudden unexpected disturbance. For every concerned question, I managed to assure them that the overall well-being of Tyler is more important than the event. While Scott, Lucian, and Quinn scrambled to Tyler's aid, I stood there beside our parents just watching how my now husband looked so worried with his ex-girlfriend. My doubts returned, which I tried to shake off by thinking that this is out of our hands. I should not be even entertaining thoughts like this when Quentin just acted on his altruistic side to help Tyler. But who am I kidding? Quentin is Quentin. He always belonged to Tyler, a spot that I could only wish to have in this lifetime.
I bet she's purposely done it to get attention. What a bitch.
Lila said in contempt after our parents returned to their seats for the next part of the program. Tyler has also been taken care of by the medic on standby.
I don't get it. Why would they fall for someone like her? Scott, Lucian, and Quentin. All three of them love that woman. What's so special about her? She's mean and a snake in a sheep's clothing. Why would they rush to her when she doesn't even deserve them?
The bond doesn't discriminate, Lila. They're mates for a reason, I answered, my eyes looking for Quentin, who carried Tyler into a makeshift clinic nearby.
I would never understand whatever reason is that. Why is she even here? Such a thick-faced girl. If she has any ounce of humility in her body, then she wouldn't even think of coming here. Gosh, she's an ex for a reason. At least have some decency to distance yourself.
I smiled at her and swung my arm around her shoulder. It's okay. I would be a part of your family, so I have also come to terms with the fact that Tyler will be a constant sighting because of her ties with your three brothers.
But you are now Quentin's wife. Freya, aren't you even threatened about this? Would you let that woman ruin your marriage because I know that's her intention from the very start?
I'm confident that Quentin will stay true to his words, Lila. He said it during the vow, he will protect me. That includes my feelings, Lila. She took my hands and squeezed them.
You can be confident with Quent, but not with Tyler. She can be the most cunning woman, Freya. Trust me when I tell you that she will do everything to steal my brother from you. Mark my words.
The next part of the wedding ceremony began. Our first dance as a couple.
I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Quentin apologized when we were already in the middle of the hall, just meters away from the beach, dancing to the sweet rhythm of the tune coming from the hired orchestra.
I was just too worried about Tyler. She's got a low immune system, so she faints often. I didn't mean to offend you on the day of our wedding, Freya.
It's okay, Quentin. I perfectly understand. She's your mate. It's natural for you to feel concerned with her. I nodded, tightening my arms around his neck while staring at his blue eyes.
But still.
He pressed me closer to him, causing me to feel every hard ridge of his body.
I've upset you. It's supposed to be our special day, but it did not go as we expected.
I'm really okay, Quint. Things like that are beyond our control. What's important is Tyler's okay now, and we have the rest of the day to enjoy the wedding. I stopped when his eyes became filled with something else I couldn't put a name into. Of course, for the sake of our families and the guests. I finished my sentence to keep him from thinking that I meant another thing. He flashed a smile and compressed his grasp on my waist.
Thank you for being so understanding, Freya.
I just leaned my head on his chest and closed my eyes. Being this close to Quentin after being officially married to him while the ocean wind is kissing our faces just magically chased my worries away. But out of nowhere, Tyler appears with Scott dancing suggestively against his body. Her eyes were on Quentin, who just sighed and looked away. His hands on my waist gradually losing its grip. I let him casually move us away from the couple. But Tyler is too persistent to spoil our night by following us. BRB. From then on, Quentin tried to look unaffected. But him stealing glances at Tyler shows how he lost his cool, after which we were whipped into the huge yacht for the dinner party. The personal chefs were still cooking the menu, so we helped ourselves with a glass of champagne talking with Lila, Clara, and Amelia. Quentin is on the other side of the deck busy chatting with the boys.
Let me tell you guys about something. Freya, our family has a peculiar tradition.
New married couples like you and Quent must bathe together in the lake on the island where we're going next at exactly midnight. they do this ritual so that the two of you will stay bonded forever and ever, Lila explained.
No big deal.
Clara shrugged.
It's just like swimming in a public pool with just two of you.
Yeah, no biggie.
Amelia agreed.
What makes it peculiar?
Lila grinned and gazed at me.
But the catch is, they have to bathe together naked.
I almost choke in my drink upon hearing it. What? Me and Quint together bathing naked on that lake. That would be a torture for both of us? It would be so awkward. I can only imagine how that intimate scene would make me a ripe tomato in front of him. It would be so much better to do it if we're in love with each other. But I'm unfortunate enough to be the only one in love.
So Freya, are you ready to go skinny dipping with Quentin?
Clara teased me. I can only reply with a hiccup, which earned a hearty laugh from them. Freya's pavie.
Here, you try this white one.
Lila threw a pair of lacy underwear on my lap from my baggage that was specially packed by my mother and continued rummaging from the inside. She lugged me into my room in the yacht after talking about their family's special tradition in the lake with everybody. I have to try this. I grimaced when I held the underwear over my head and remembered that this has the same fabric and design with what I wore when Quentin walked in on me in his room during the photo shoot. I can't wear it, Lila. I just can't. I protested and put them back on the luggage.
Oh, you want a sexier one? How about this?
She gave me another one, but this time. The design is too vulgar, leaving nothing to one's imagination. The two cups of the brassiere are butterfly-shaped, and instead of the usual bikini bottom, this one is a thong. A freaking thong. Lila, no. I said a little too high. And why would I need this for? Sitting next to me on the floor, she beckoned the pair of bikinis and pointed at me.
You have to wear this to make Quentin want you more. Did you see his face when he saw you in your wedding dress? He's blown away, Freya. What more if he would see you wearing nothing but this? He'd be a mad dog.
But isn't it too much? He would think I'm seducing him. Lila put her arm on my shoulder.
Think about this way. What's wrong with wearing this for Quentin to see? One way or another, both of you are going to see each other naked in the lake later and in bed for your honeymoon.
Honeymoon. My eyes widened.
Yeah, honeymoon. Of course you guys will go on a honeymoon trip and enjoy yourselves up to your heart's content.
She picked up the panties and put them on my hand.
Wear this under your dress. Trust me on this, Freya. This will make any man want you, including Quent. You're a massively attractive babe. You only need a little boost, a little push to the right direction, and this is it.
I was deeply moved by how Lila took an extra mile to convince me. We're not that close. We've only just started talking after the announcement of my marriage with her brother. After that, we just clicked and the rest is history. She's motivated me not to give up on this marriage. Thank you for doing this, Lila. I don't have any siblings, so it's all very new to me. Thank God I have you to cheer me up, he said in between teary eyes.
You are most welcome, Freya. Now, go change. It's time to reclaim your husband.
Whatever confidence I had in my room during my conversation with Lila evaporated after we went back to the deck to rejoin the guests. On the far side of the yacht, away from most of us, were Quentin and Tyler. They're too close to each other. I thought they're about to kiss if they have enough privacy without considering the scandal it will cause.
Why? What's wrong?
She followed my gaze and cursed.
What the fuck, Quentin? Oh.
She covered her mouth and looked at me, worried for my feelings.
Gosh, I can't with her.
All three of them turned to me.
I'm honestly fed up with her. I want to pull every strand of her hair and burn them all, and the stupid man ain't thinking. How insensitive. It's your wedding day, so he should be with you, and not with that witch. I told you, Freya, Tyler will do anything to get Quentin. She's so shameless. Look at how she openly flirts with your husband. If I were you, I'd run to them and show her who's the real boss.
Lila nabbed the bottle of beer from Clara's hand and drank it down.
Are you just going to sit here, Freya? Won't you do anything?
No, I don't like confrontation. Just let them be.
But look at them. They look more married than you do.
I spun back into their direction where they're still talking without a care in the world. The familiar kick of jealousy rose from within me at the sight of Tyler touching Quentin's arm. I've been more than understanding of the two before this wedding because I know how difficult it is to be in their situation. But the disrespect I'm seeing is beyond what I had imagined. I can't take it anymore. I'm too jealous to just look at them and do nothing. It's time for me to stake my claim on my husband. That felt so good to say. Lila, can you give me some drinks? I gestured my hand while my eyes were glued on Quentin and Tyler.
Sure, here you go.
I gulped the content of the bottle and wiped my mouth.
Freya, look at us.
Carla took my hand.
You got this. Show that Tyler who is the wife. Go and get your husband, sissy.
You go, girl.
Amelia encouraged.
Don't let them make a fool out of you. Seize your man from that bitch.
I need more drinks, please. 1 bottle became 2, that turned to 6, until I felt light again, like what I had experienced during Clara's party.
Now go, Freya. We'll be here as your back.
Thank you, guys. With a newfound courage, I stood up and approached the 2. Hey, Quen. I wrapped my arms around his neck in front of a shocked Tyler and smiled seductively at my husband.
Hey, Freya,
He supported my back and smelled my neck.
you're drinking.
A bit. Quent, I think I forgot to tell you something.
Really? What is it?
He leaned closer to me. I angled my face an inch from his lips and whispered softly that you are mine, Quent, only mine. Without thinking twice, I drew him in forcefully and crushed his lips with mine.